So, today I want to share 3 ways that you can actually level up your branding using just one tool and 3 different things that you can use it to do. Hi, I'm Jody Ann Rowe, founder of the Event Certificate, and I work with event planners and wedding planners to help them up-level their digital marketing. If you're struggling to find leads online, don't do it on your own. Just come to my website, www.eventcertificate.com, and connect with me. So, when I first started my business, I know what it feels like when you don't have a huge budget, you want to start the business, and you still want to look professional. And you're kind of struggling to make all of these things work together. Well, I'm going to talk about one tool that helped me significantly when I started the event certificate, and that was Fiverr. So, if you followed my channel for a bit, you're probably already familiar with Fiverr, but I honestly just wanted to share 3 things that I use Fiverr for to level up my branding and that you can use it for as well. So the first thing I did when I started the event certificate was that I got a logo designed. So I had an idea of what I wanted and I just found a designer on Fiverr. I just initiated a project and I paid them and they created the design. Now, when they sent it back to me, I'm going to be honest, it was horrible. I did not like it. However, I just spent $5. It wasn't a huge investment and I know I could spend another 5. So all I did was I actually just started looking for another freelancer. I started another project and that person designed a logo that I liked and that was the one that I used. So for $10, I got a really good logo to start. Now, of course, looking back on that logo today, I would have done a lot of things differently, but that's the thing. Your branding is supposed to evolve with you as your business goes on. Now, the second thing that I did was I needed a lot of branding materials. I am not a graphic designer, even though I'm fairly good at it, and I had an idea in my head, so I knew what the colors were that I wanted. I knew the feeling that I wanted to evoke in people, but I didn't really know how to put it together. So again, I went on Fiverr and I hired someone to create all my social media graphics. So that person created little templated graphics for me for Instagram, for Facebook, and for Pinterest. Now, these are 3 platforms I knew I was going to use a lot, and I wanted consistent looking images across the platforms. I know, for example, every Wednesday, I used to do Wisdom Wednesday on Facebook, and I wanted a certain graphic to post that every Wednesday. So I went in with this idea, the designer created it for me, and all was done for less than $20. So if you're struggling with that area, definitely check them out. Now, the third thing that I used was for YouTube. So when I started my YouTube channel, one of the things I wanted to do is that I wanted the channel to look like a lot of the other YouTubers I was following, but I didn't know anything about video editing. I was fairly new. So while I knew I could do some quick editing and make the video look decent, I still wanted to have something that looked a little bit more professional upon entry. So I actually went back on Fiverr again, and this time I hired someone to do a video trailer. And what this is, it's kind of like an intro to the video. And for those of you who've been following me for a while, you probably remember my old trailer. It's with that Google sign and someone's typing and then my branding pops up, but I'm gonna pop it here for you. And that's something I got someone on Fiverr to design for $5. So those were 3 major pieces that I needed to make my branding look really consistent. And I used that piece in my video all the time until recently, right? When I got a video editor who does a much better job than I do on my own, I'll be completely honest. So if you're struggling with your branding right now and you're thinking, well, I don't want to hire somebody, I need to pay them $5,000 or $10,000 to put together all these branding assets, I want you to take a moment today, just get a list together and write down everything you need. And I can give you some ideas. You probably need a logo, you need a branding guide, you need some social media graphics. Now, you don't want to use all social media templates. Some of your posts need to be organic photos from your events and from you, but you want some templated items that you can use again and again for maybe your quotes or memes or stuff like that. So you want some social media graphics, and think if you're going to use Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, think about all the platforms that you want it for. If you're going to do blogs, you might want to have a certain graphics for your blogs. So that's something else you could use as well. If you're going to do video, get them to do a quick little intro video that you can use over and over again. Now, here's one key tip that I'm going to give you before we leave, and that is you want to ensure that your designer designs all these branding assets on a platform that you can use after. So one of the things that I found is that a lot of my clients will have these branding assets when I meet them, but they have no way to edit them. So they probably hired someone to do it. They paid them thousands of dollars, but they designed it in Photoshop. And yes, it is a great looking image, but then they want to make a change to it, and they can't do that without hiring the same person or someone else to fix it. So here's what I want you to do. If you know that you're really good on a platform like Canva, ensure that the designer creates the design on the platform for you so that you can access it, edit it, and reuse it again and again. So those are just some quick tips for really leveling up your brand using Fiverr. And I honestly would have to recommend this to anyone because it's how I started my business and how I grew my business. Now, I'll be honest, as my business has grown, I don't use Fiverr as much anymore. I usually now hire contractors or freelancers into my business. But when you're just starting out, it is an amazing tool. So thank you so much for watching. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.